with Veggie Dat, and on today's episode we're going to be making some sweet balsamic vinegar roasted Brussels sprouts. It is perfect for a side, it's perfect for an appetizer, it's perfect to snack on, and it is really good. Now this dish right here is going to convert those people who don't really care for vegetables into loving Brussels sprouts. Now I hope you will like it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thumbs up this video, share this recipe, and show me some pictures. Now the first thing you'll need is Brussels sprouts, of course. So what I'm doing is cutting the Brussels sprout in half, and then I'm peeling off that first layer of skin and then cutting off the stem because it makes it a lot harder to chew once it's cooked. So we're cutting the Brussels sprouts in half. That first layer of skin, I really feel like it's been exposed to so many things that we don't know, so it is to me a lot more sanitary to just peel it off. It's gonna be crispy anyway. Now this is just a up close picture of what I'm doing, cutting that stem off, cutting it in half, peeling the layer of skin off, and throwing it in the bowl to be washed. Now this can be a little time consuming depending on how many Brussels sprouts you have. Expect to spend a minimum of 15 minutes trying to cut and peel your Brussels sprouts. Once you're done, you want to wash your Brussels sprouts extremely thoroughly. Now I went ahead and did that off camera, but you can see these are getting clean. And after you're done washing your Brussels sprouts, you want to go ahead and get maybe about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I sprinkled a little salt on top, and then I went in with my garlic powder and then some pepper. Now I use maybe a teaspoon of each ingredient. I really like to eye my food. I can get really heavy-handed on the seasoning, so season as you wish. Now after I tossed that, I went ahead and added a little bit more salt. Then I went in with a little bit more garlic, and I mixed it up. Then I'm making sure everything is thoroughly coated. Now the fun part. Go ahead and get you a baking sheet. I placed some aluminum foil on top, and now I'm gonna go ahead and throw my Brussels sprouts on top. Now I do have a technique. I like to make sure everything is face down just because I love the extra crispy texture that the Brussels sprouts have when it's placed that way. Now this part is optional. I went ahead and chopped up half a white onion and I threw them on top of the Brussels sprouts. I figured this would be an extra sweet, savory taste to add on to our Brussels sprouts, and I love onions. While you're at it, preheat the oven at 425. You're gonna pop them bad boys in the oven for about 30 minutes until they're roasted. Now for the sauce. I went ahead and took 1/8 of maple syrup. Then I got 1/8 of balsamic vinegar. Then you want to take that and mix it up. Make sure it's mixed really well. Now, go ahead and get you a tablespoon of brown sugar. And then get another tablespoon of brown sugar. And after you get those tablespoons of brown sugar, go ahead and mix it all up. Now you're gonna get this real thick texture, almost like a roux. And in order to dilute that down, go ahead and add a little bit of water, enough to coat the Brussels sprouts that are roasting in the oven right now. Now, go ahead and check on those Brussels sprouts. They should be turning brown. Flip them over a little bit, and then pop them back in the oven for about 15 minutes. Now with that sauce, we're gonna go ahead and put it in the microwave for 30 seconds just to melt the brown sugar. And once it's melted, go ahead and stir some more. Now that we're done, a Brussels sprout should look a little extra crispy like so. If you want it to look crispy, go ahead and leave it in as long. If you don't want it to be as roasted, don't leave them in as long. Pop those bad boys in a bowl. I thought smarter and not harder on this one. Just picked up that aluminum foil sheet and tossed them right in. Now you want to get your savory sauce and pour it right on top. So much goodness in one bowl. Now you want to stir and just like that, it's done. This is one of my favorite dishes. I love Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts love me. They make me dance when I eat them. I hope you like it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thumbs up this video, share this recipe, and show me some